hello. We are the creators of Visumia platform, and we already launched the trial version of our platform, and we've already received some feedback and comments from the users. And in order to clarify and to make it more clear for you, I mean, what it's about, I compiled a list here of the most frequently asked questions.
Yes.
Yeah, and now we're going to to give you some comments from our side. Oh, you compiled
Yeah,
this
thank
here.
you. So, the first question is, hey guys, since when have you come up with this cool idea and what is the point of it? Yeah, the idea was born around 2 years ago, but as you understand, it takes time to make an analysis of its relevance, to give it a form based on the people needs, to create a plan for step-by-step development, to finally create a prototype and to try it out. And the aim and sense is to focus your attention on the world around you, on the people around you, and make this communication very simple, convenient, and very flexible. All with the help of the Visumia platform. The information that comes to you from the current social networks source, is a virtual world that is not directly related to what surrounds you. But already now and even more so tomorrow, that solution is not sufficient, it is not enough. It focuses your attention not on your own life, not on the people around you, but distracts your attention to completely different things. So Visumia is a social network designed to connect you with the world and people around you, to provide information on what's happening right next to you, because it's so necessary nowadays.
Yeah. One more interesting question. What are the new tools you are talking about, and what are you planning to implement? Well, technically Visumia is like a constructor tool. That is to say, technologically all solutions exist since long. We just gave them a new purpose. Talking for instance of new features. Firstly, the possibility to create a virtual group on the GPS map. With such a group bound to a specific geolocation on the map. That's why it's called a room. And there might be tons of ideas for using such a virtual room. Secondly, a filter of your own interests, whereby you can filter out your interests and to channel and to communicate with targeted audience with whom you want to communicate. Again, there might be millions of ideas for using it. And thirdly, it's going to be a unique thing, a new suite of the world around you. So not just the new suite of the whole world, but of the world which is in close vicinity to you. And again, there, I mean, you can do anything. I mean, you can see the world which is really close to you, and
to create a post or see the posts of different people around you.
Oh yes, you can create your own post like in a traditional newsfeed, and see the posts of other people who are close to you, and it's going to be the primary homepage of the application then. But it's also in the future, and not now, but we already plan consistent implementation of several more unique tools and solutions. Although we of course hope that users themselves will come up with cool ideas that even we ourselves didn't think of. Yeah, users are more smart than creators. I mean, that's normal. And we diversify the use of which tools that we create, and we'll gradually tell you and show you how it's going to function. Yeah, that's it basically.
Right. The next question is, I went to your site and did not understand what to do and why I need it. Actually, you don't need to understand everything right now. The website is just a prototype that we created using our own resources, so that you could see how it works, how it looks, visualize our idea and feel it. See the predefined interests and communities that we set up in its filter. Maybe you have an idea on what interests you would like to see there. Try to create a room. Even now with this prototype, you can begin to create your own dating room or choose an interest. So tell your friends about us, announce in social networks that at this particular hour you will be in this particular place in the your created dating room. Try to work with the site, and we with your help will try to give you very soon awesome mobile app which we will promote, and which will get high response from users, as I think. So,
Yeah.
the next one is,
I have a very interesting and vital question.
yeah,
How can I make money using
Money,
your
yeah.
product?
the money question.
Yes, the money question is always a good question. So, yeah, we came up with several methods of making money, but for now we are going to present you one of them. A money-making tool would be creation of your paid entrance room, where you simply come up with an idea of what for people would enter your room. Yeah. Then you create your virtual room, you set a fee for entering it, and start making money. As simple as that. Here's just one example. If you have a room, let's say a dating in the nearest park or in the nearest restaurant room, yeah, you set a time when people should enter your room, yeah. Then you physically come to this park, and other people also come to this park at this defined time slot. They will start dating each other online. They start chatting, flirting online, and right there in the park, they will be able to face each other, to meet each other face to face if they feel up to, of course. And yeah, or a quest room in the same park.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a really awesome idea to create quests in the room. Basically, you can sell any information via your room. You're not limited to your ideas, and you are not limited to the amount of the earnings. And we give you a tool. You use your fantasy how to make use of it in order to earn money. It all depends how you're going to create your room, how you're going to maintain your room, how you make it vivid, how do you attract users, how do you advertise it. Put some effort and start making money. It's up to you.
Yes. So I think the next question is, how do you differ from other dating sites? Yeah, good questions. There are three types of dating platforms. Dating services, instant messengers, and social networks. There are many differences, but we will talk about only the main ones. For example, take traditional services for dating. There is no filter of interests, no creating your virtual room for your interest. Sometimes there are maps, sometimes just distance or just offline profiles. It's not bad. It just doesn't make it possible to date someone who is nearby right now, or it limits you in your desire to date by your own interests. We do not have those limitations. The next, messengers. It's like offline dating in a general or individual chat, or rather in a forum. You do not see who is nearby. You don't know if a person is online, if this person wants to chat with you, wants to date with you. Yeah, you can date another person, but in essence, this does not differ from ordinary dating services. First comes virtual communication, then possibly a planned date. We focus on not letting someone nearby slip away, but immediately see a real person and use the service only to get permission to approach this person. And voila! Choosing a common interest makes it even easier because, as we think, joint activity is always a very good reason to date another person. Third, social networks. They are all focused on finding virtual friends, registering in some kind of groups, and receiving notifications and news from there on your news feed. So you know quite well how that news, that kind of information gets onto your news feed. Just one click a icon and that's it. But we want that kind of information, that content, communication to be shared not only with your close circle of friends, but also with unknown people around you.
Yeah, basically we want to expand your circle of acquaintances, right?
Right.
So that as this is, will focus you on the people who are around you.
Yes.
So my turn.
So your turn. The next question.
Yes.
Question about our stages.
Yeah, you are announcing that dating is the first stage, and then what?
Yeah.
What's the plan? Well, we are not going to immediately disclose our master plan in detail, but in essence it's like that. Firstly, getting to know each other to start communication. Secondly, to use the newsfeed of the world around you in order to have regular interest in the application. Yeah, and we also plan to expand our marketing opportunities, not our marketing, the opportunities we are going to offer you. We are going to come up with a so-called marketing mine, marketing bomb ideas, not a real bomb, marketing bomb, but more on that later. You can also create a free entry room and earn money by placing a targeted advertising there. For instance, what example I could give?
For instance, yoga lovers, vegetarian, vegans. I think yoga lovers is a good idea.
Yeah, this yoga lovers is a good example. Yeah. For instance, if your online room is called Yoga Lovers in the Park, let's say, yeah, you can advertise yoga clubs or sportswear shops located nearby. Yeah. Right now we have only two types of objects on the map: people and rooms, and we are going to implement the third and fourth one: goods and services, and of course with filters. Mm-hmm. So can you imagine how useful it's going to be? And we plan to carry out charitable activities. We are going to work with charity funds or environmental protection funds. Interesting new tools have been designed for conducting auctions, for selling something, but this is all in future. Right now we are concentrating ourselves on creating the product that we have promised, in order to give you this a good-looking, good functioning product, so that you could start communicating with people, you could start using it. Yeah.
Yeah, very good answer. So the next question. Next question is, how do you want to attract people to your application? Why would they use it? Very good question.
Why would I use it? Tell me.
I'll tell you. At first, people find it very difficult to accept something new, always. Yeah. But then, realizing how interesting it is, how useful it is, they start using it. For an explosion of interest, you need a certain critical mass, you need to start the reaction. That is psychology. Of course, we have a marketing plan for each stage. It also depends on how much we collect on crowdfunding. There are well-established mechanisms for attracting users. We will not describe them all here, but we believe that new users will attract other new users themselves. For example, why? Yeah? The new tool that was described above is a virtual room on the map, including a room with a paid entrance. So it will motivate the creator, the owner of the room, to attract new users to this room, which means to Visumia. Helping himself to make money or by promoting his idea, this user, owner of the room, promotes the application itself. Of course, focus groups will be needed, and at the initial stage, we have to start this chemical reaction, and we have a plan for this. We need to show people real-life examples of how it works. For example, in addition, dating in a subway. We think that millions of people around the world and around the globe ride the subway every day. Imagine your fate person, fate mate, traveling with you every day in the same carriage, and you don't even know about it. So another thing is, you don't know what instrument will be succeed unless you go on the market, always. So that's why we intentionally offer a wide selection of new features. If in one city, in one society, some features will be needed, will be very interesting, then in another one, they may be not. That's why we do not limit people in their fantasies, but create new tools for implementation of that fantasies in any direction. And we will analyze the effect and do what is most needed for people. For this reason, everybody's feedback is very important for us.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Of course, I mean, definitely. Here's one interesting question. Do you think that Visumia is an alternative to Facebook and other giants?
Come on.
No. No. Of course, it's not an alternative. It's quite another product, yeah, because it has a different functional load. If you use Visumia, of course, it wouldn't mean that it would replace other conventional or traditional social networks or applications if you use them, if they're interesting for you as well. For instance, we ourselves also use Facebook or Twitter, but we're also looking forward to our own application, to our brainchild, Visumia, because we we as the creators would also be very much interested in using it. Yeah. So but the point was no such thing existed before.
Yes.
That would mean it needed to be created. That's why we started doing it.
Yeah. And the last question. Why did you decide to go for crowdfunding? Tell us about perks you offer. Everything is very simple because we spent the money we had and we need funds for further development. That's why we decided to go for crowdfunding. Well, if people can help, become interested, so why not? If, for example, 1 million people give $1 each for simply because they like the idea, our concept, then we can give the people worth $1 million product, $1 million app. In addition, we created perks. In the application, some additional functions are paid ones because we need monetization as soon as possible. Because we don't want to be bankrupt. We offer to buy these functions now for at a price lower than later. We don't seek any investors right now. We don't want to sell our idea. We want to work with ordinary people as you who need Visumia and who are ready to help. So our choice now is crowdfunding. Also, as a way to make us heard. As far as our perks are considered, you can find out about them directly in the crowdfunding platforms, I think.
Yeah.
So go there and see our perks.
I really hope 1 million persons are going to donate us $1 each. So $1 million. So
A minimum.
Yeah, a minimum. So now, guys, I hope this information was quite useful for you, and we have tried to clarify it a bit for you. And if you have more questions, please feel free to ask us. We're going to shoot more videos.
Yeah.
We're open to you, and see you in our next videos.
I'm waiting for your feedback. Yes. So.
Yeah.
See you. Thank you very much.
See you. Thank you.